Reads Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. Please check us out at spidermancrawlspace.com. Well, here I am, guys, a little delayed, but I am, of course, going to review Amazing Spider-Man 2 through 4 with the pros, the cons, and maybe a little bit of a profile on the Black Ant. So let's get right into the pros. First of all, Nick Spencer really continues nicely with the storylines here. He's able to really move the story between Spider-Man and Peter very well, between the comedies and nice little pieces with a little bit of the villains. I definitely love the use of the Ringer and Man Marco, as well as later on uses of Stegron, Hydro Man, and of course the Looter. And just as those little pieces of sprinkle, and Nick Spencer really brings up a lot with the story, especially the character growth between Peter adjusting and trying to be a grad student, and then later on when him and Spider-Man are separated, really analyzing how the two need to exist with each other. I mean, Peter, very responsible part, and Spider-Man, all the powers, none of the responsibilities. I think it's a really interesting as people have really talked about how this deals with the old classic Star Trek, The Enemy Within. For those who don't know what it is, a transporter accident takes Captain Kirk and splits them into his two personas, the dark half and the light half, and they can't survive with each other. And that's exactly what we're getting right here with the Spider-Man separation. We're actually seeing what would happen if Peter didn't have the Spider-Man side and Spider-Man did not have the Peter side. It's actually really cool of a storyline. However, it does lead a little bit toward the cons here, because we're definitely seeing the classic Spider-Man as a menace, and why Nick Spencer definitely brings a nice piece with showing why Spider-Man without Peter is a dangerous issue. I don't like the fact that Peter is kind of down to this I gotta help everybody be a doormat. I have to, of course, be everything here. I'm not really the intelligence. In a way, it's a pro because he's showing how the difference was between the Dan Slott Spider-Man and his version of Spider-Man. But we're seeing a lot of that why they need to coexist with each other. There is a problem when one goes a little too far to the extreme than the other. Another one is, of course, a little bit more with the subplot with the mysterious villain. Here he's using the Robot Master and a few other pieces from some of the villains that have been showing up, which is nice. It's definitely got the mystery here, but at the same time, they're going to have to see how that's going to all connect. But of course, we're very early into the issue here. But otherwise, Ryan Ottley's art's very, very nice. I'm a little less Mary Jane in issue 4 versus the rest of the 2 and 3, but I really, really like it. So the main issue here, I'm giving it an A-. It's going so well. I can't wait to see how this concludes next issue, as we found out both cannot exist without the other or they will die. So that kind of leads us to the Black Ant, who showed up with the Taskmaster in issue 2. So who is the Black Ant? Well, let's go ahead and do a little down memory lane. Originally created by Robert Kirkland, the Black Ant was actually Eric O'Grady, who was a low-level S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who ended up having his friend and him steal the upcoming prototype armor for the Ant-Man that was created by Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man. Well, unlike being a hero, Eric kind of was using it for everything, from trying to get rich, spy on women, trying to actually hook up with his best friend's girlfriend, so forth and so forth. Eventually, he started doing much more right by his side, and after he ends up having a couple of realities of his friend dying and people, he starts to slowly turn over a new leaf. After the Secret Invasion and working for Norma Osborn, Eric decides he wants to turn over a new leaf, and Steve Rogers helps him join the Secret Avengers. Unfortunately, as a result, he gets caught up with the Descendants, which are, I should say the Ascendants, not the Descendants, which are sort of robots based off various characters. And sadly, Eric is killed, and his memory is translated into a LMD, life model duplicate, and he becomes the Black Ant and a spy. He does, however, later redeem himself by saving a little girl, but then he, as the LMD, is reactivated by various villains from the Masters of Evil. So in this case, the Taskmaster, and basically is a merc for hire who has all of Eric's memories, but none of his ethics. That's the Black Ant profile, everybody. Short and sweet. So I will see everybody later. Please check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com. We have plenty going on. I'll be back next month with our reviews of Amazing Spider-Man number 5 and see how everything concludes, and leading up to the Boomerang as a roommate. So hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the Crawl Space.